Yeah, so hello. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I wanna make a AI bot. Basically, what I want to make is I want to combine the software AI, the boom market right now, with the hardware itself. Okay. So now I have play around and I was thinking, why not make an interactive bot like we expect in a day-to-day life to interact with us and be a little around like a pet here. Okay, I want to we go step by step. So I want to make something with the feasible gadgets right now or feasible components I have right now to make a bot which could be a interactive bot, interact with me, solve my problem, play around with me. So something like a AI pet. Okay. So one cool thing I came with was there are some bots, okay, AI bots. Then we can build with some basic components, hardware components, OLED screen, ESP cam, and all those things. But that will get expensive. So I want to make it something cheap. So I come up with that there is something called a bot where which we can use our mobile phone with the bot, so that mobile phone will act as its screen, microphone, processing unit, as well as its camera. Yeah. So we have everything from a mobile phone. The most expensive part that we already have right now is a mobile phone. With that, I can use my basic hardware component to move it around. Okay. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to make something like a bot. Yeah. So I'm gonna make a bot which can basically do simple facial tracking. Okay. So I will have a bot. Okay. And it should do basic functions are facial tracking. So basically, I wanted to track my face, and uh, with that, I can basically go with the media buyer and anything like that, software part, through which I can basically detect my expressions and all those things. With that, we can also go with that media buyer library. We can also detect our hand movements. So with that, we can go with the gesture part also. Okay, gesture controls. With that, our bot can interact with our from our gestures. Then what I want my bot to do is, okay, it have a facial tracking, it have a gesture control. It basically I will integrate a LLM, na? So it should be a interactive bot. So it should basically give me some kind of a solutions to my problem, day-to-day solutions, day to problem. I basically want to interact with the vision and those things. So yeah, so LLM chatbot, it should memorize. So yeah, chatbot should have a memory. Yeah, it should also have something. I would say um, search part, right? So basically, usually chatbots have search part, but we have to integrate that also. So search, it should have search bot. Okay, yeah, and because it's a soft software type thing where I want to make this bot as interactive as possible, I can make it do something like basic computer stuff, right? Like I didn't want it to write the code for me. It should be a basic interactive bot. Okay, so coding part we should do with our normal chat GPT and all, but I wanted to open some basic automation, like open my app, yeah, open some apps for me. Okay, that we can do. That's very valuable. So we can control our computer, basic apps, basic opening of the apps. Basically, opening an app is an easier task, I would say. So I have done around with this. So these features it should have as a software part. Then because it's a hardware thing, so let's go with the key component. So in a hardware level, we want our bot to be like something like which can move on a table, right? So X and Y basic bot features. So it should have two wheels. Okay, one over here, one over here. Then it should have one caster wheel over here in the center. Yeah, with that, we have a ball with a caster wheel. Now, I don't want it to fall from the table. So it should have some kind of a distance sensor over here. Some distance sensor which can calculate our distance, right? Yeah. So let's put it over here. It should also have some distance sensor for the front portion, I guess. Yeah. So we have three distance sensor, one for right, one for left, and one for front. Okay. we can go from the back, but I don't want basic back movement we should perform. But to keep components cheap and everything, I would go with this thing. Then as it will hold my mobile phone as its screen and as face actually, I want it to move its face, right? We want it to move its face. So I will attach one servo, right? Yeah. So servo will basically move its face. Yeah. Brilliant idea. Now with that said, what I can also do is I can make it something like a okay. So it can detect things. It has these features. It has a basic structure. It has a servo. Now, with that said, basic components we should need is like I have so basic requirement the tiniest motor I can get and the heaviest I can get. That is basically N20. Yeah, simple as that. So N20 motors we can use. Okay, that for this purpose because these are the tiniest motors you can get with the most load capacity they can take over, right? So yeah, N20 is a good option here. With that, I want a cheap microcontroller, but it should be good enough to interact with the hardware. We can go with ESP here. So I am going with ESP. Now with ESP we have a 32 and 12V. Now I think so 12 is more than sufficient here. Basically 12V is nothing but 8266. Its board name is 12V. Yeah, we can go with ESP 12V. Yeah. With that said, we have the basic features, basic software part, basic hardware, servo, N20, ESP, motors, and all that. And motor driver, we can simply use a L298. Yeah, L298 basic motor driver will be good enough. Okay. With that, do we need something else here? A board, servo, N20, ESP, some features, something else it should do. Should it do? Let's see. It can move. It can move its head. It can interact with me. It can speak. Yeah, phone. So simple idea. Phone. Okay. This is our phone. This has the feature called camera, display, higher processor, basically, processor, the microphone. With that, we have speaker. Fun fact: we also have a gyro here. Every phone has a gyro for the rotation part. Yeah. So yeah, these basic sensors we have already. Okay, but let's for sake of it to make it more safer and to make the bot like instantaneously interact. So I would require one gyro. Okay. Gyro, why I need a gyro is basically simple as that. Simple. I will explain. Bots does not move in a straight path. To make them move in a straight path, we use gyros here. Okay. I will explain in the session why I am using gyro. But yeah. So this is the thing. It also gyro. It's also gyro. This gyro we can use for the head placement, right? So that we can know where our head is to make sure where our face is, right? Yeah, this is a good idea. To make sure the face tracking is accurate enough, we will use a gyro for the phone. Yeah, this is a good idea. Yeah. With that, I guess we're good to go. Or anything else we need for our design. Okay. So this, that. Now lastly, I don't think so I'm left with something, but let's just recall. Okay, we have some, we have N20, we have ESP20, we have L298, we have gyro, bot, its motors, okay, its sensors, its caster wheel, servo, okay, mobile. Okay. One thing you need is mobile holder. I didn't mention it, but yeah, that's a basic thing to hold this thing holder. Yeah, yeah, this thing should be good enough. Okay, and lastly, yeah, batteries we need. So I will go with just I guess the 2S lithium ions. Okay, lithium ion batteries. They should do. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So this much is enough, and with that we can just make our own pet bot which can interact with many things. Okay, basically the thing is hardware itself is good thing. Okay, you build a hardware, it's a very good thing. When you combine the hardware with the software now, it's basically achieve a next level of what I call next level of features Basically, it's look like a good thing you have built. Okay, simple hardware is just a remote control car. Simple softwares are not simple, but still, when you combine these two, that's become a much more good thing. I would say. So yeah, we will go with this thing. So yeah, with that we will make our bot. Okay, and the next session I will try to make these things. Okay, yeah.